Hello, hello. Oh, as you can see, no background tonight. I don't know. They changed this bloody program I used to use, and it now sometimes it comes up and sometimes it doesn't, and it doesn't really work the way it used to work. So they screwed it up. Not my fault. Not my fault. You can play around with it like this, and then oh, it did work. Oh. Well, there we are. Right, okay. We are. Welcome to my new secret vault. There we are. Well, hope everything's good with you. And I don't know if you can see, but I'm covered in spots. I don't know why. I've got loads of the bastards. So, don't know if you can see. Let me just focus it in so it can make it really horrible for you. So, like, yeah, there we go. That's a bit more like it. Look at this. Look at this crap. Oh my god, it's terrible, isn't it? Well, you even got them in my wrinkles, look. So, yeah, don't quite know what that is all about. But I've had it for, well, since Gareth's funeral, actually. Since I came back from Gareth's funeral. So I don't know. It's probably like allergic to being back in Wales, you know. But yeah, so me being me, I can't stop picking spots and squeezing them. So yeah. Anyway, should I just put myself back out of focus? That would make it a bit easier, wouldn't it? If I just sort of like, if I just go like this. There we are. Look, now he doesn't have any. Now there you go. There you go. Now it's much better. But no, in fact, it's well, what can you do? I'm not going to dwell on it. Sorry. Jesus, that's one of the problems as well, is I just had like a lot of stuff on the last week. I'm quite tired. I've been eating well, you know, eating properly, drinking loads of water and stuff, but anyway, I'm sure you'll all tell me, you know, what I'm doing wrong with my life. And yeah, so I don't know if it's something to do with it as well, because when I'm exploring, I have my light on up here, and I think that, you know, the band is like got a bit dirty, so I've actually taken it off and I've washed it, and yeah, so we'll see whether that makes any difference. But yeah, what I normally do, see, if I get shit like this, is I put like makeup cover up stick on it, but it just makes it worse really, because when you cover it up, it sort of doesn't like it. So yeah, I'm just going to let it heal. You'll have to put up with zitty mat, I'm afraid. So, yeah. Oh, so here we are in the chat channel. So we've got Mr. Bengal, we've got Natalie Lucy Alice. She says, "Secret Vault do 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 do. Secret Vault do 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 do. Secret Vault do 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 do." Yeah, that's the one. Mr. McKinney, Darren McKinney, or Darren McKinney even. Yeah. Charles Nolan, Felicity Knox. Felicity Knox. Does she knock twice? That's what I want to know. Paul Robbins, Martin Young, G. Gibb, Captain Caveman, Craig Button, L. Rose, Matthew Bellamy, Abandoned and Forgotten Wales, Winnie Witch, Dan did not, did know. Yeah, who else? Scrolling down. Yeah, some of these people have had a lot to say for themselves. Winnie Witch and Dan did know, and it's like, you know, you scroll 6 pages worth of text. Kojak's Football Shack. Hello. Neil, who wants to be a tenor? Who wants to be a tenor? Matt will be late. Who wants to be a tenor? What, like, if I'm late, what, they'll turn into a £10 note, will they? These people out there. Okay. Robin Graham, Jackie Green Cats and Things, Adumanta, Catherine Day. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'll tell you why I'm so tired now. Oh God. Belinda Moles, Andrew Clark, Luke Neo Adventures, Arthur Noah, Dark Corners UK, The Pagan Explorer, Varney the Vampire, Daniel Draper. Oops, it just jumped. Steph Wright, Julie Twiddle, Nodge Sinsborat. Sinisborat. That's a good name. Alright, Nodge. Alright, Nodge. How are you doing, Nodge? Yeah, my name's Nodge. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Kevin Quinton, Steve Ellis, Sue Lindsay, Joseph, oh, it just ran off the screen, Jag, Kevin Quinton, number one fan, Chris Williams, Wolfblood Exploring, hey, a wolf in the house, hey, and Proving Bread, who says, I thought Gareth was Mindset Central and lived in the USA. Yes, he was. Gareth Davis was indeed Mindset Central, and we say was in the posthumous sense because he is no longer with us. He sadly passed away. Yeah. Yeah, he was from Swansea. I went to his family's side, had a service for him in Swansea, but he lived in the United States. Yeah. So, hey, Exploring with Brady, how are you doing? Urban Legend. Tell you what, let me get up I'll bring up the StreamYard link so the usual suspects can come on and harass me. I mean, chat with me. Yeah, but before we get them on, I'll just tell you what I've been up to then. So, oh, is he? Alex is live on Beep TV. Okay, well, I did say an hour ago I was going to be putting this up, so I'm sorry. Well, it was over an hour. 2 hours ago I said I was going to go live, so I'm terribly sorry if I'm taking 4 viewers from Alex's total of 5 viewers of his channel. So if I'm taking four of those away, he must be pretty gutted, really. But what can you do? Anyway, right. Oh, I've been. That's like proper aching. Oh, hello. What's that? Ooh, scab. I got a scab. I didn't realise I'd even done that. Anything else? Any more damage? Any more damage I have on me? Right. Oh God, I'm just sort of like totally aching. I was trying to lift the boat last night. That was my most imminent thing, which made me sort of like, oh, tired. Basically we went to a unspecified location, and I'll sort of be putting the videos out fairly soon of some of the areas. But anyway, we missed the tide coming back in, so got stuck in the mud, and the mud was quite dangerous actually. It was a dangerous place. If you weren't on the concrete of the slipway, it was like, oh God. So anyway, couldn't get the boat out because of the mud, and basically then we were left with the options of, do we stay until 5 in the morning till the tide comes back in, bearing in mind now this was like 9 o'clock at night, so we'd have to stay all the way around till the tide came back in. And it was really risky with the slipway because it was very dodgy. I didn't even take the car down there earlier on. So yeah, Jackie Green's just getting ready. Hang on, I'll tell the story for a minute, and then I'll bring Jackie in. So yeah, it was Jordan was there with me, and we couldn't lift the boat. It was just sort of, I tried. We tried to chase the tide back out, and it just like you could only move the boat like a couple of inches and a couple of inches and a couple of inches, and the tide was going out at the same pace as we were managing to move the boat. And it was just like, I just said, look, that's not going to happen. Let's just forget it. Let's just stop now. And you know, basically I said, look, we got two choices. We're going to have to wait till the tide comes in or risk bringing something down, you like the car, and trying to tie the boat on and drag it, drag it up further onto, safe area, because the boat itself was actually on like quite sinky mud, which would come up to your waist easily and possibly beyond that. So anyway, I went and got some ropes, brought the trailer down, and then we had to reverse the car down. And bear in mind that this slipway that we were on had like maybe half a foot to the right and half a foot to the left, and then you would have lopped off the car into the mud. So I was reversing the car down really carefully, and then basically tied up the boat and dragged it up onto the slipway. And I was thinking, there's no way that this is going to sort of like not get damaged. And I think from checking it today, it hasn't been damaged. But I was thinking, there's no way the boat's going to withstand. It's going to end up having to have repairs on the underneath of it. It's been dragged up on this. But the mud seemed to sort of provide a little bit of a surface for it to ride on. So it sort of pulled it up, got it where there was maybe only a couple of inches of mud then, instead of like, nearly head height's worth of mud, got it up onto that sort of level, and then managed to lift the boat up in the air, put the trailer underneath it. So if you imagine the boat's like this and you've got to get it on the trailer, well, we couldn't lift it. It was just physically impossible. It would have taken, you'd have had to have had maybe about 6 or 7 people to lift that boat with the engine and everything. So anyway, what we did is we got everything out of the boat, put it in the car, and in doing so, like we're covered in mud now, we're absolutely covered in mud. So I'm taking bags, putting them in the car. The car is then covered in mud around the side because there's only half a foot gap. So you've got to squeeze yourself around the side, because if you go off the edges, you're in mud. So I was constantly falling in the mud and then couldn't get my foot out of the mud, and doing all this sort of business. So we put all the stuff we could in the car so that the boat wasn't heavy. And then we had to lift the boat up, get the trailer in, then lift the boat even more, get the trailer in, and then I got Jordan to sort of like hold the trailer so it wouldn't move, and then I had to sort of like pull the boat so it was on a lever, it was on its lever point, and pull it down and then tie it so it was sort of hanging and balancing there, and tie it down. And then what it did is it flipped the trailer up. So if you imagine, so yeah, we put that like that, so we put it like that, and then we tie this, and then this flips the trailer into the air so that the trailer hook is now in the air, but at least it's kind of on the trailer. So then what we did is like had to put weight down and pull the trailer down to get the trailer onto the tow hook of the car. And in doing that, like I said, you're only very, very close to each edge, and the trailer moved a little bit, and then the trailer went over the edge into the mud. So now the trailer is now like at an angle sitting, and if it goes any further it'll actually capsize into the mud, and that would be it. So we've got the boat is still on the trailer, but it's all precarious now. So I brought the car down as close as I could get it. Well, I tried tying a rope onto it, but tying a rope from the car to the trailer to pull it from the safe point where there wasn't much mud, I tried pulling it, and all it ended up doing was just not steering the trailer, so that the wheel that was off the side of the slipway just continued to just move sideways up the slipway. It wasn't actually turning it and pulling it back onto the slipway. So I pulled it like only a couple of feet, and Jordan said stop, it just wasn't working. So I chanced taking the car back into the mud. Now this is mud where you can't even see now the sides of the slipway. Okay, it's indistinguishable, it's just all mud. So I very carefully took the car back. Bear in mind, if I'd got the car stuck, by 5 in the morning the water would have come up over the top and it would have covered the car. So I had to be really careful. Anyway, got the car back, managed to pull the tow hitch onto the tow ball. at the back of the car and hooked it up. Oh, we got somebody who doesn't have a webcam on. Oh, he does, but he's put a face on so we can't see who he is. Nah, don't think so. Don't think so. Yeah, we can't hear you because you haven't brought you up on the screen, mate. So sorry. Yeah. No, you will have to come on with your face if you wish to come on. We don't do that. Do we, Jackie? We don't do that. I'll bring Jackie.
No.
No, we don't do that. Hello, Jackie. Hello. So I just sort of getting through this story then. So I'll finish it up, and yeah, managed to get this precariously balanced boat on a precariously balanced in the air trailer. Managed to get the trailer down and the boat down, and then onto the back of my car. And then, of course, the trailer's off at an angle. It's off on a side angle. So I just moved the car forward, thinking it's going to spin the wheels, and I may then end up going off the side as well. But luckily, it didn't. There was enough traction for it to pull the boat and the trailer, and it righted itself and got back onto the slipway. So I drove it up, and by this point now, I mean, all I can tell you is. Are you seeing this, Jackie? Are you seeing this?
What?
This person?
I've not looked at it. No, I can't see.
You can't see him?
No.
They're making all these sorts of silly faces, but...
Well, then maybe themselves look stupid then, aren't they?
Yeah. Why can't they just show us their face like normal? Why have they got to be all weird? There he is, look. Yeah.
I don't understand people saying
You just...
Why are you fucking saying that? Man, this is my real face.
Is it? Good.
I'm not going to my feelings, man.
I thought...
Them fucking aliens, man, are after me, man, so I have to put the fucking face cover on, man, because if those fucking aliens put fucking probe up my arse again, man, I'll be fucking shitting for 4 weeks.
Okay. Well, we've got Mr. John Bengal, who, yeah.
Right, John.
Hi, John.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm alright, man.
Nice.
So it's every other word is an F then, I can see. Right, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, fecal matter in that, man.
Going to do wonders for my monetization. So if we can't, yeah.
I've seen a video of you out on boat, man. You're a fucking boat man, aren't you?
Oh God, here we are. So it's going to be
yeah, man. I'm fucking seeing you on YouTube, man. You're a fucking legend, you man.
Yeah.
You're like fucking
every
Captain
other
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Gee.
Have you got what do they call it? Not autism. What do they call it now? When you can't stop fucking swearing.
Correct, man.
Correct.
Have you got a few because you just sweared as well?
Well, I just sweared.
Swore.
So do you want to hear the rest of my story then?
Yes, please.
Go on.
Oh, thank you. Okay, right. So we got the boat up on the thing, then we're covered in mud. It took us 2 hours.
Right, turn him off. He's been a dick. Please kick him off. Thank you.
He kicked.
What is
I
that?
didn't kick him off.
Well,
I didn't.
Don't bring him back.
I didn't touch him. Seriously, my mouse is over here. Look, and I didn't touch him. So I think he just took himself off. There we
Thank
are.
God for that.
Well, I like to give people a chance, but you know, it's nice to see the sorts of people that are watching the show, isn't it? Sometimes. Yeah.
You got all excited and went, "Oh, I'll take myself off."
Oh my days! What an idiot.
He seemed quite happy, but yeah. You know, you got to come on and talk about something. You know, like he's like, oh. Look, Matt's like fucking Jack Sparrow, innit? But this boat, oh, fucking hell, man, fucking hell. Yeah, right, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's like the ecstasy's kicking in now, man. Oh, fucking hell, it's fucking Matt and his board. Fucking hell. Fair shout. I fucking feel it coming on, man. I'm girding. Fucking hell, man. Fucking proper. They must be good. Whatever they're putting in the water around your way, mate, it must be good. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh my days.
Oh, he wants to come back on. Hang on, mate. Let me finish the story before we go full blown fucking crazy mode. Okay. All right. Let me finish the story. So yeah, we're covered in mud. The car's now covered in mud down one side. All the bags have got mud on them. Our hands, and I'm not kidding you, right? When I say mud, I mean my t-shirt was just mud. My head's mud. All my arms up to there like a mud. It's like, and. Anyway, so we're safe. We got the boat away, and like we had to then pull it on properly onto the thing, tie it down, and like I was just knackered because trying to lift that boat, I was just like, oh, me and Jordan put every ounce of energy we had into trying to lift that boat, and it just did nothing. You know, we were just like waste of time. Never move that boat. You know, you'll never move it. It's too big. So yeah, basically, then we had some wet wipes, and I just basically cleaned off my hands enough. My steering wheel's covered in mud, gear stick, seats, floor pan in the car, everything is just mud. The door, all around the window, it's just like So I drove it home like that, and I've had like a big pressure wash today. Pressure wash the boat, pressure wash the mud off the car, sort of pseudo clean the inside of the car. Unbelievable. And yeah, so, and I'm absolutely knackered. When I drove home last night, I had to have I was late, so I didn't pick up my dog. I had to pick up a dog in the morning because my mate said it was just too late. So, yeah, I had to sleep because I just couldn't drive anymore. I was just nodding. I had a Monster Energy drink, a coffee, and Pro Plus tablets, like, all right, and nothing could knock it. It was just like, my body was just like, no, you have overdone it. You are going to sleep. So I just had to pull over, have like half an hour's sleep, and I was all right then. I was like right as rain. I could drive home, but I slept, I had 3 hours sleep, got the dog this morning, and then went back to sleep. So woke up this afternoon, late evening, just done about 4 or 5 hours like cleaning the boat, and it's weird because even though it's mud, some of those stains have got into the plastic of the body of the boat, and they're still in there, and I don't think they'll come out, you know. So it couldn't have been just mud. It was mud plus petrol plus chemical crap, you know. Yeah. Are you watching this, John?
Yeah, I am.
Right. All right then. Look. All right. Look. No swearing now. Try and be a nice viewer. You know, sell us on the idea of why we should keep you on here.
Excuse me, my good sir. I do apologize for my extreme eradicate language before.
That's pretty interesting.
Good
on the voices.
Thank you, sir. You're quite a gentleman.
Because you came across as like northern as hell a minute ago, and now you sound
no,
very
sir.
different.
I'm quite a civilized individual, and I don't eat cow shit.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, cow feces.
Fair enough.
My apologies.
Well, that's good. Where do you hail from then?
Africa, obviously.
What? Yes. During the Boer Wars, by the sounds of it.
No, right. I live next to the mud hut in the desert.
Okay.
Mud hut in the desert, right?
But you do enjoy watching the videos, then, yeah?
Of course.
Okay.
I love watching them. They quite keep me entertained. How else am I supposed to live through this shit circumstance we call life?
Yeah. He's got me stumped now. So, right, well, what have you been watching recently that we've done then, just to prove that you have watched their videos?
Oh, that's quite difficult.
Ah, there you go, there you go.
You see, I am very a frequent watcher of pornography as well, so it's kind of fresh in my mind.
So, yeah, he can't name one of the videos that I've put out recently, but there we go.
No, but that Jackie looks quite familiar from one of the recent videos that I've watched.
Oh, God. Yeah?
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Yes.
God. Yeah.
I don't fucking think so.
Would you like to know which one it was from?
I don't think she does, somehow.
Perhaps I shall keep that a secret then.
I would, yeah. Between you
Not
and
a problem,
you and
sir.
her
I can send it to you later.
Yeah, that's right. Fans only, I'm afraid. Keep it to yourself.
Of course.
Right. Well, what would you like to sort of share with us before I eject you? What would you like to tell us?
Well, I have a quite a presumptuous theory about the planet.
Go on then.
Oh, God help us.
That all the black people are actually aliens, and they are going to probe us all this thinking.
Oh, how
Oh,
original.
there we go then. Right, yeah. I didn't think it was going to...
Prick.
No, I didn't think it was going to take too long. I didn't think it was going to take too long till we saw some sort of true colour coming out of him. But yeah. Oh, dear. I suppose in a different scenario, I would probably find it quite funny, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you start using the N word, then yeah.
Yeah, you got to go chatty bye.
Yeah. But there we are.
Naughty.
Trying to mess up my stream. Bastards. See? But there we are. These are the people who want to come on. And I say, no webcam, you don't come on. But at least now we know who to avoid in the future. That's the thing. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one we could tick off the list. Right, okay.
Derelict in the loony bin.
Yeah. He seemed quite a fascinating character. Quite able to sort of hold his own. A lot of people just fall apart, don't they, when they have they're actually on something, and he was like, perhaps a natural comic. But if anyone knows who that is, let us know. We'll go and check out some of their own videos and see what he's actually up to, because I can't imagine somebody like that not having their own channel somehow. So
Yeah.
but anyway, that was interesting for a minute. But yeah, so basically, hello, Mr. Bengal. How are you? What have you been up to? We'll start with you, and then we'll go to Jackie.
I've just been working, my friend, and listening to some numbnut with testicles hanging over his eyes for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
But other than that, not much really. Bit of editing, nothing much more. I can't get over that geezer. What a dick.
I know. It was,
Exactly.
I was just transfixed. I was like, where's this going? And what's he gonna do? Is this coming? Oh no, he's coming back. He wants to come back on, mate. It is funny, but it's very distracting. Yeah. It's very distracting. But if you want to put, I tell you what, if you want to put your channel in the comment section, you might have your own little fan club. Will come over now and want to be part of it, but it's going to distract us like hell, because you are quite a funny bloke, but you can't. There's certain things you can't say as well on YouTube. So you know you're gonna get my videos looked into when the algorithm picks up on it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do not say things like that. It's naughty.
Yeah. So there we are. Right. So yes, you've been working, Jackie. What have you been up to then?
I'm actually going to be interviewing a guy at one of my a local farm to me on Wednesday. I've actually been there before. It was the video that I showed you where I was feeding the crow by hand.
Right.
They had an event. They had an event on Saturday, and I actually went up to him and asked him, and I said, "Well, would it be okay to do like an interview, with yourself and around the farm and everything?" And he said, "Yeah." So I'm going to do that on Wednesday. I'm doing a ghost hunt later on this month near the end. I'm going to Screamfest, and I've decided I'm going to be staying over there, overnight, so I don't bleed in. Be going home at stupid o'clock, so I'll go the next day. And I'm going on another ghost hunt near to the end of October as well. Yeah. You're just peeing your pants, aren't you? You're laughing at that guy.
He's just making strange faces, waiting to be let in. It's not impressing me enough to kind of risk it, really. Sadly.
No.
Yeah. In the right circumstance, I'm sure this would be great, but I don't think I'm not sure if the viewers are ready for like full on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at what he's
Something
doing.
only just met 2 minutes ago.
He's definitely full of beans. This one, isn't he?
He's full of something. I don't know about things. It's probably like acid or something.
I think
I'm full of tabs. Look at this.
he's making some right strange faces. Bloody hell.
So, like, one of these days he'll wake up with the face looking like that, so it's his own fault when he's stuck like it.
Yeah. Maybe he's actually a famous YouTuber, and we should have let him stay on. But I mean, he's a bit distracting. I'm trying not to look down the bottom of the screen. I'm gonna have to kick you off, mate, because you're so distracting. I'm gonna kick you. Sorry. Bye. 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 Bye.
No, should you show me your ass? Go on, bye. Bye.
Yeah. It will distract. Now, the thing is here, I'm very television led. Like, if that will distract me, but like the text, I can't read the text unless it's jumping out at me. But that is just going to distract me. So, yeah.
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 Different if you'd known him for a while and he was just joking around. But somebody that you just met 2 minutes ago, you're like, hang on, what the frig's this?
God.
Go away.
Bloody hell. There we are. I've had to ban him because he keeps coming back on. Sorry, dude. Yeah, but yeah, it's one of those. But I'm sure there's a place for that sort of stuff. I bet his amount of energy, if he had his own channel, provided he wasn't saying things that were going to get him in trouble, he'd actually probably do all right for himself, because he seemed to have a lot of energy. So yeah.
Well,
sounds like he's got that ADHD with it.
Yeah. I say, yeah, I haven't. Well, no, I mean, I'd give him that, like, because he's prepared to come up with his webcam. But I mean, there's also, you have to actually sort of not be really distracting and add something.
Yeah.
We're not the Britain's Got Talent sort of early heats or anything where you can just come on and sort of like start farting to a musical beat or something. And we're not that sort of channel, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, but if he does want to tell us in the chat what his channel is, I'm sure some people will go and have a look at him. Yeah, I say in the right frame of mind, I can find it funny. But yeah, just came on basically to do some updates for what's been going on. So yeah, Dan was there yesterday. Dan Dixon, Jordan, and Flex. And I took him out on a boat to see some stuff that we haven't had on the channel yet. So it's definitely brand new material, and I believe.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it already.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, how?
Flex.
Oh right. Has he put pictures out?
I think they're on Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah. The big metal things in the middle of the sea.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I'll have to edit my video fairly quickly then, because I think they'll probably have theirs out. So yeah, we'll have to do that. I was just thinking to myself, well, do we not say about it and get a few more people over there? But I haven't discussed it with them, so it's one of those. you know, I've asked a few people if they want to come, and they've been a bit busy. So you know, Dan was desperate to come and see it. So yeah, well, basically,
Looked interesting.
the secret is kind of out then. Yeah, if everybody wants to know what we've been up to, you know, if you were to go and look at Flex's channel, the secret is out. So
Well, it's not on his channel, she's saying his Instagram, it's just photographs, because
yeah,
they're always taking photographs all the time, so they're just pretty, yeah.
yeah. So well, anyway, because the secret is kind of out, then there's no point in denying it any further. And I'll just say, well, we went to see Red Sands Forts out in the Medway, which is that near you, John?
Midway, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is, yeah. Hang on, I'll check that. But if it's where I think it is, yeah.
Rochester, you know, we went from Rochester,
yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's about it's about an hour or so away, I suppose. It's not so bad.
Yeah. So yeah, we got out there. We put the boat in the water, in near Rochester, and we also went to see the things called the boatels, which are like boat hotel type thing, which I don't think is an accurate description in many respects, because one of them. And by the way, we found two, because most people who talk about these boatels, they only talk about the one that's very close to shore, and if you had a small boat, you could literally canoe out to it. We found another one because we went literally 10 miles out of Rochester to get to the sea, to get to the sea forts. So if you add the 9 miles on top of that, so we went about 19 miles on boat to get to the sea forts. So it's quite an epic journey. It took an hour and a half. Dan was like, even put his head down, and even though we were like bouncing along in the boat, he put his head down and he was sleeping. You know, he's like, I've got footage of him sleeping on the front of the boat, and I'm like, how can he do that? You know, surely it must be like whacking your head, you know, sort of like shaking your head. But
it's like
yeah, they come back with brain damage or something, you know. He's just bouncing around.
He wakes up. You're right there, Dan. What?
He no longer can't speak. Yeah, but
Oh dear.
yeah. So we went over to these sea forts, and I'd been there once before, and yeah, they're not the easiest of things to access. You've got to climb. And when you get there as well, there's like a secret trick to how to get in. The people who own these places or look after them, they've installed a kind of a mechanism to kind of stop you getting in. So you have to solve the puzzle of the mechanism, and then you get in. And but basically, yeah, it's all kind of like unlocked apart from the secret mechanism, you know. So
it's a crystal maze.
It is. It literally made me think it was like the Crystal Maze, and yeah, it took us.
Dressed up in the long clothing and pretend you're what's his name?
Richard O'Brien.
Richard O'Brien. Yeah, yeah. So
run around with a big trench coat.
Yeah. And this is where I actually, the last time I was there, I lost my drone, because I was flying my drone around, and I was so fat. I was like looking upwards, flying close to the sea, but as I was coming towards the these towers, I was sort of like panning, looking up. So I was looking up at them, and I'm kind of like focusing on that, and I don't realize I'm just gently, I've got the stick, so I'm descending. So I'm just sort of like panning up, lovely shot, and it's like plop, and just plopped it into the water and lost my drone. So £1,000 bye to get those shots. So the shots are really good shots, but they cost a lot of money to get. Yeah.
I bet. Definitely.
So, yeah. So we went there. So, yeah, it's an hour and a half over there, an hour and a half back, and then we went to these boatels, and we went to a boat. We went on a boat as well, where you could start the engine of this huge boat, you know, start the engines and the generators and everything up, and all the cockpit came to life, and it was like, oh boy, you know, so that was interesting. And it had cabins, you know, in this big boat. I don't know what it would have been used for actually, but yeah, interesting day out. So And then prior to that, something I am going to keep secret because nobody that I know of has explored this. I don't think I know any mainstream explorers who've done the Red Sands. I don't know anybody who's done it apart from us because of you need a boat.
Even better.
Hmm? Yeah.
Even better then, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. You need a boat to get out there, and you've got to have some climbing skills, and then you've also got to be able to solve the puzzle to get in there, and you know, it's a lot to do really. I mean, it's not like your Drake's Island, you know, which are like a short hop, you know,
Yeah.
an hour and a half, you know.
Bit of a trek that. But yeah, wasn't Drake's Island something like half an hour, or was it longer to go across?
If you go from the closest point, it's 5 minutes. It's just literally sort of
Oh right, yeah.
yeah, really quick. I mean, some people just canoe it from the shore, you know. So
I don't know.
yeah.
Fair enough.
So they're saying Hell on Earth. Have Hell on Earth managed to do it?
Don't know.
Hell on Earth video.
All right.
Have they done it?
A couple have said it. Looks like it.
Oh, okay. Well, it just goes to show I don't watch Hell on Earth then. Sorry, boys. I have seen some of their videos, but as a rule, I don't watch many sort of other YouTubers these days. I mean, I kind of even haven't watched some of Dan's videos. I'm in them, so I kind of flick through them and I'll go, oh yeah, there we go. You know, but it's like, yeah, I'm just too busy making them, to be honest. So like, I haven't got time to really sit down and watch other people's videos. I skip through them and I go, ooh, that looks good. Yeah, I'd like to do that one. And you know, but it's sit down and properly watch a video these days. It's kind of hard. Yeah, KDF1 is saying how long before Benno gets brought up. I don't know, to be honest. But machinations are working there. Yeah. I accidentally put a video up earlier on of somebody to do with Swindon Spastic ringing me up at like 2 a.m. in the morning and then 4 a.m. in the morning. And he's been ringing me at these times of the morning, but it gets blocked because I know all unknown numbers are blocked on my phone. So they just go straight to answer phone, so I don't even hear it ring. But then he's been ringing from a known number to see if it'll get through. But then because he's done it to me at 4 a.m. in the morning and I didn't answer, I put it down as troll and put it on blocked. Now he's been ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing. It's been blocked. Right. Well, I didn't know who it was, but then he's gone and left a message saying he's to do with Swindon Spastic. So it's like, oh, thank you very much. Now I can give that to the police as look at all the times that this person has called me in the middle of the night to try and piss me off. These people are very clever.
You put your phone on silent as well, so it's a lot easier. But then it's one of them. You have to be careful just in case if there's something to do with family. You always want to be kind of take them calls if it's something important.
Well, that's it. I mean, you know, my message on my answer phone says quite clearly, if you're ringing me from a withheld number, it will go to answer phone. Leave a message and I'll get back to you. If you don't leave a message, obviously I'm not going to know. Now, if it's something important, if you're not going to leave a message, well, you're just going to speak to my answer phone forever, you know? So, yeah. But it's a bit sad that I have to leave things like that. Matt, can you read the chat more often, mate? I wish I could, actually, yes. But then I have my helpers who can tell me if there's anything really exciting that I need to be doing as well. Karen Hoyle's got the right idea. She puts it in capitals, which means it's a direct question for one of us, you know. So, new background, kicked out of the library for being covered in mud. Yeah. I mean, like, you know, like you see my torch, for example, is like, that's all mud. I haven't managed to like clean that up yet. So there's just like lots of things and sort of like the well, you can't see it, but it's covered in mud. Anyway, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everything's covered in mud. So yeah, and what did the mud did something weird as well, like
Stink.
well, yeah, no, it did something weird to my skin. I swear there must have been something in it because it was like I think it dried my skin out. Like my skin was like really dry after it.
There's clay in it as well, clay and sediment, so it will dry your skin out.
Yeah. So it's weird. Weird stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so the other thing we did, and this is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna have to keep this one secret. Reason being, because we've only just scratched the surface of this explore. I have found a building which is so big that I think without exaggeration, it took 15 minutes to walk from one end of the building to the other in a straight line. 15 minutes, that's how big it is, right? And it's multiple floors, and it has underground. And the underground involves buildings, which are like cinemas, nightclubs, conference centres. And the building is so big, and it's completely abandoned. There are some bits of it that are in use, but minor bits of it. 99% of this building is abandoned, and we've just scratched the surface, and we climbed around and found our way into some of these nightclubs. I mean, so we like opened a door, just literally like an emergency exit. It was like going along, checking doors. One of them was open, go down the stairs, nightclub, boosh. Come out, climbing across the roof to see if there was any way into anything there. Found something looked a bit weird. It was the smoking area for a nightclub. Walked down. The emergency doors, believe it or not, instead of like opening outwards as they normally do, these emergency doors open inwards. So we opened them, and we're in another nightclub, and it's just like, wow. You know, so we did maybe 3 nightclubs. Really quickly, just by sort of mooching around. A woman saw us whilst we were there, and we were riding around on electric scooters to kind of save time, looking for places in this place where we were. So we were using electric scooters, which was quite good. So to save money, Jordan was riding on the back of my electric scooter, and I said to him, have you got a banana in your pocket or something? And he's like, yeah. That was kind of funny. But so you got footage of me and Jordan scooting around this particular place, and then sort of like finding this huge building and loads of other stuff. I mean, it's like there's some places in the UK where there's abandoned stuff all over the place. This is one of those places. Within a short distance, in this, it's a city basically, but within a short distance there's a whole area where there's building after building after building are abandoned, office blocks, tall tower buildings, all sorts of stuff. Crazy. So yeah, we're going to go back a number of times and check out this building, because it's going to take a lot of effort and time to kind of go through everything that's in this place, and see exactly what's there.
Natalie.
Yeah, you're off here, Natalie.
Going.
Yeah, cheers, Nat. Cheers. Yeah, and after we finished having a look at these buildings, I went to see Osric Tentacles, which I was offered a free ticket to get into this little mini festival by Melissa Jones Paranormal. So,
cool.
Yeah, so we turned up and, just watched Osric Tentacles, and Jordan had never seen anything like it in his life, because if you're not familiar with Osric Tentacles, if you've ever heard of Hawkwind, very, very famous band. Lemmy used to be in them from Motorhead, and they're sort of like space rock, prog rock. It's kind of all sort of spaceified music. And Osric Tentacles, they have this great light show, like all sort of trippy and psychedelic and whatnot, and playing guitars with effects, so it almost sounds like as if they're sort of like orchestral, and synthesizers and stuff, and and playing flute over the top. Amazing, it's just absolutely amazing sound. And I knew Jordan would be impressed, because it's like, and seeing him play it live as well, and he was saying, how do they get to play like that? How do they know how to do it? And it's like, well, it's a lot of it's effects, and effects pedals and things like that. And literally, he was playing the guitar, and synthesizer sounds are coming out. So you can see he's like he's sort of like strumming it, and then he goes, well, how is it? And Jordan doesn't. This is how Jordan. He doesn't even realize how they do pitch bending. Like I said, they've got a pitch handle. He's like, and they can change the pitch, and he was like, how are they doing that? Because the sounds that are coming out just like and stuff like that, and it's like, and he's like, how are they doing that? You know, it's like, yeah, it's great. So I think he really enjoyed himself, and he said, oh, he'd like to come back to one of these festivals now because he'd never been to one. So I said, well, you're starting in a good way because this was a small enough festival, only a couple of hundred people at it. And you've literally got the acts are standing there like feet from you on the stage, and because it was an indoor, they had the bands are indoors, you know. Provided you've got a tent, you can stay dry, drink because the bar's indoors, watch all your favourite bands, and not have any quagmire and queues for the toilets and all that sort of stuff. It's just like, to be honest, to me it's the perfect type of festival. It's like a festival on a farm rather than a festival at bloody, you know, like Glastonbury or something, you know, where it takes you 20 minutes to walk from one end to the other, and it's like full of fields of cow shit and people's piss and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Nah. Yeah. So I'd rather have the smaller, kind of more intimate experience. And there we are, you see, because it was that intimate, I had a chat with the singer from Hawkwind, or the guy from Hawkwind, you know, he's the main guy there now, and got my photos taken with the Osrix at the end because it was that intimate.
Cool.
You know, you just say hello to him. So yeah,
When it's like that.
yeah. So there we are. So next year I might make the effort to actually come for the whole event. So because they're doing one in June. And yeah, so Melissa invited us, and it was called, was it Inside the Craft? Yeah. And or was it Inside or On Board the Craft? And it was at Bromsgrove. So if anybody looks it up, they can find out the details of, you know, how to find out future events. And I'd say it was definitely a good one to go to, because the bands camp with everyone else as well. So literally, if you know, you'll be bumping into them, chatting to them all weekend long, you know. So if you know, people here are saying, yeah, love Hawkwind and things, you know, like that, they were camping with everyone else, you know what I mean? And you're just there in one big field, you know. It's like, yeah, great. So anyway, I thought that was absolutely, yeah. So do I like Genesis? I've liked some Genesis tracks, but I've never really listened to albums by them. Never like sat down and listened to them properly. Yeah. So I can't say I'm an aficionado, but I like music that's a little bit more out there, a little bit more like spacey, you know, like psychedelic. I quite like Osrix as well because they don't sing. There's no lyrics, so it just relies on the music taking your mind somewhere rather than words putting pictures in your mind all the time. Because I think that's, you know, what tends to happen with music is that you're listening to the song, and if it wasn't for the words, you'd probably have your own idea about what the song was about, you know. But it's kind of like once they add the words into the song, then you're locked into, oh, it's about this, you know. So I'm quite into music that doesn't have lyrics. So.
Do you like a bit of ambient then, Matt?
Ambient, yeah, yeah. And that's what Osrix are all about, ambient. You know, they're just telling you something with just crazy music, you know, and the way they do it. I mean, it's more about states of mind than visualization, like, you know, like visuals. It's more about your state of mind and the mood you're in put to music, rather than, you know, explaining to you that this is a beach and people are on the beach, you know. Is this like, yeah, get yourself a Harley, they're saying. Well, I would if they made one that didn't make absolutely shitloads of noise, because the one thing I hate about bikes, right, is the noise. I'm not into all this like fast cars with big exhausts. I love the fast car, but if it's got to have the noisy exhaust, I don't want it. You know. So Tesla would be good for me. It'll just burn everybody off the road, no noise. Yeah, that's my ideal car, apart from range problems. But you know, yeah. Yeah. Oh, band called Gong. Yes, Gong. Yeah. And what was the Gong? No. What was the other one? Oh, was it? I'm just trying to remember now. It'll come to me. Yeah, there's a band like Gong that I used to listen to. It had a short name as well. It's not Gong though. Yeah. Public Image Limited. Yes, I have actually listened to PIL. Not bad actually. Yeah, I'd say quite like PIL. Yeah.
Jean-Michel Jarre.
Jean-Michel
So
Jarre.
I just read the chat.
I know he's all right in his own way, but yeah.
Got a bit boring after, like.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So if you like ambient, listen to a guy called Beaumont Hannon.
Oh yes, yeah. I know. I've listened to Beaumont Hanant. Yeah.
Very good, really different, completely different. That's what got me into ambient, because a friend of mine loves it, and he said, "Listen to that," and I went, "Am I really going to like it?" He goes, "Just listen, just switch off."
Yeah. Orbital.
Yeah, Aphex Twin's another one, but he does all manner of stuff.
Aphex is okay, but he can. It's so gritty sometimes. You know, it's like a little bit over repetitive and gritty. You know.
His early stuff's really good though. Like when he was Square Push, I think he was before. But his earlier albums, like if you look at his albums, they've got no track names. They're just like pictures like of a radiator or something.
Yeah. No, Square Pusher's not Aphex Twin. Square Pusher's a different artist.
Sorry, yeah. No, I'm trying to think of the other name he went under before.
Oh, Aphex Twin. Yeah, something Donkey in it, or was it one of them?
That's one of his tracks, Donkey Rhubarb, isn't it?
Donkey Rhubarb, yeah.
I'll have to look it up.
Oh yeah, Can. That's the one I was thinking of when he said Gong. Can. Very good. Yeah, it's like slowed down sort of music, great sort of drum beats, and yeah. It reminds me of Set the Controls to the Heart of the Sun. You know, that sort of track. I think it's a Hawkwind track, isn't it? It's like that's very sort of Can-like. You know, set the controls to the heart of the sun, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I love all that stuff. Yeah, it's got a lot more heart to it than, you know, all this like modernish music is very yeah.
Pete, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Like got the record, the needle stuck on the record. Zip, 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 zip.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, we got Chris Sylvian wants to join, but no webcam.
Oh.
Oh, Chris, put your webcam on. Don't be a pussy.
Come on.
Yeah, literally. And I've got several pussies over here, and they've got more balls than you have.
No, just look. Aphex Twin Selective Ambient Works 2. Yes, that is awesome.
Yeah.
What a brilliant album.
Yeah.
Caustic Window he's done and stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I quite like the videos he's done. You know, are sort of very interesting. You know, because he's quite, you know, out there with using Chris Cunningham, you know, to do the weird videos, and I think they kind of.
Do you remember that one he did called On? Now, if you listen to it and you watch it, it's directed by Jarvis Cocker.
Oh right.
From Poland. Yeah.
Right.
But it's really good. It's a weird like video, but it's good, and there's like loads of sound effects in it, which you have to listen to it, and in a darkened room, I suppose, and you hear certain things.
Yeah. Boards of Canada. Have you checked them out? Boards of Canada. Do you know any Boards of Canada?
No.
They're a treat. You know, like your mate told you, Beaumont Hanant, try that. Try Boards of Canada.
Okay.
They've got their whole. They've got their own sort of like genre, and a lot of people have copied them. You know, because they are right at the center of this kind of strange genre. It's hard to describe really, but I suppose it's melancholic, I suppose. They sort of like use like slightly warbly destroyed sounds that sort of invoke memories. It's just weird. It's very hard to kind of describe.
All right, I've just looked them up actually because I've never heard of them.
Wow. Yeah.
Scottish
I've been asked.
electro duo, isn't it?
Yeah. I've been asked, do I have a TV license? No, because I don't watch television. I haven't had. Yeah, I literally, once the Iraq War started, right, I knew that there was so much bullshit on television about that war, right, and I just said, right, I'm not watching something where they're trying to program my mind with bullshit. So I said no, and I haven't had a television. I've not watched television since, and I do like now that we've got YouTube and various electronic things. You can decide what you want to watch when you want to watch it, not the television companies ramming it down your throat with, if it's not advertising in between, it's propaganda. So basically that's what you're paying for. Watching the programs is the propaganda, which is also advertising, which is propaganda. Nah, I hate adverts with such a vengeance, and that I literally used to say to people when I go around their houses, can you turn the telly off? Because I can't look away from it. I become transfixed by this thing in the room, and I'm not talking to the person anymore because I'm just looking at the television, and that's not why I came to somebody's house. I came to speak to them, and now I'm looking, like as if I'm ignoring them because this flashy thing is just attracting my attention all the time, So, yeah.
Sorry, Matt. I've just read the private chat. A certain person may I join. I have strabismus, which is basically like a squint. It's like what?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So what? You reckon I should let you on because you've got a webcam, but you've got a cock eye, but you can't be seen because of your cock eye.
I'll be back in a bit. I'm staying to the bathroom, but I'm still here.
Look, I got frigging zits all over my face. You know what I mean? And I'm still on you. So
I can't see straight. Oh dear.
I think it'd be fair to say John, he hasn't got one tooth.
I haven't got one tooth. No.
Yeah, and
I've got half of one.
Yeah, and he still comes on you. See, it doesn't stop him doing it. There you go. So if
also got a big bushy beard, don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's it. So if you've got a slightly cocked eye, and it's too embarrassing, how do you know you haven't got a slightly cocked voice that we'll all have to suffer? So think about that. So I don't know. Yeah. Oh, Melissa is on now. Here we are. Hawkwind, Osric, System 7. See, and I've seen System 7. And he's another one who used to play his guitar, and it would turn into synthesizer sounds, So you'd be hearing all this like really crazy synths, But it was like you could see he's like tuning like wow, And it's like all that is coming out of him playing his guitar, making all the synth sounds that you're hearing. It's amazing. These are really real
music. When people like they experiment. Like I went to a mate of mine does like all the live gigs and stuff, and he's like, come and have. I can't remember what the band was called. Anyway, in a pub basically, doing the usual drums, guitar, and then I was just standing quite far. Like some geezer behind has a trumpet. He's just standing there, and I'm like, right, thought nothing of. And then all of a sudden, it just comes in. We're playing this trumpet whilst they're doing all this other band stuff. It sounds weird, but it actually went so well. It was just awesome to hear something different you wouldn't normally hear within the music. So it's like it takes you to a different place, doesn't it? It's like like you're saying when you do the old guitars and they do the sort of wow. I liked it anyway.
Thank you, chauvinist, for your donation. And for pointing out that most Jews are liberal and support LGBT. I don't know if that's an actual fact, but it didn't sound offensive, even though it was a rather bizarre thing to want us to all know. Yeah, okay.
So they donated to you
Yeah.
and put that like political comment in.
Yeah. So you're using me as a political springboard.
Political machine.
Yeah. Political springboard for that.
I thought you'd be like more like Rage Against the Machine. No, not.
Yeah. So but most people don't care about LGBT and things like that. You know, they're kind of quite open to the idea of people being gay and all these things. Why were they singling out the Jewish people by that comment, saying most Jews are liberal and like these things? It's like, well, most people in the world do, I think. I mean, you know, and I would say most Western countries have been much more into this for a lot longer than anyone else. So, you know, thank the West for it. So, yay, got your putty cat.
Yep.
Shall I see if I can get my monkey? Let's just go. Tweeties.
Tweet. Yeah, I knew that was coming. No, don't you dare go under that. Don't you dare. Sakura. Come here, good girl.
Tweets.
You'll have to take your background off. We can't see your doggy.
She's all the way downstairs and she's listening to every single word.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah. Continually listening to every single word, aren't you? Yeah.
Oh.
And the sound of a breaking biscuit is enough to get it to come up, isn't it? Oh, no Popeyes. No Popeyes. Yes, you Popeyes, aren't you? Oh! Have we got another one?
Tracy's put a super chat on for you.
Yeah.
She says it's not angle, but I think she means angel.
Yes. Angle. Angle, give me a paw, Angle. There we are. Look, she does respond to it. Look, you know. She does respond to it. Hello, you good girl. Yes, you've lost a lot of fur, haven't you? You've lost your fur.
Aww.
Yeah, you've got some patches.
Be like her dad. She'd be like her dad.
Yeah. Actually, thinking about it, when I picked her up today, I haven't brushed her yet, but she's got a few of those little grassy seed type things in her. I need to get those out. Yeah. Get those out there. Nasty. I just felt it.
I have fun doing that with the cats, just brushing them, and then I just put all the fur, put them in an empty bottle so it doesn't float away.
Do you brush her every day, Matt?
No. Only 2 times a year when they molt, you have to do it quite a bit then. But yeah. I mean, when I brushed her last time, this is when lots of her fur came out around her shoulder blades. So yeah, she's. You're becoming a bit of a baldy, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yeah. Well, funnily enough, one of the treatments, if you have a dog that's suffering from alopecia, one of the treatments is they say melatonin, which is, you know, to humans is a sleep agent, but it's like Valium for dogs, but it's also something that makes their hair grow back. So yeah, so I could keep you on doggy Valium, get your hair to grow back and make you less of a stress head. I've given her a couple actually, but I haven't prolonged it as a treatment. But yeah, whoa! And this thing's got a bit bigger as she's got older, but she's got like a little growth that's on the side of her eye there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not that big, but it's got a bit bigger, hasn't it? Oh, we stress you. We haven't got any more now, I don't think. Or have I got some in this pocket? Hang on. I might have some more in this pocket. Oh yes, hang on. What have we got? These were for special purposes. Getting you in the car, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, bribery material.
Yeah. Oh. There you go. You've had them all now. Everything. Yum.
Hi, Leanna.
So. Yeah, but anyway, I'm not going to stop on too long. I'll say past. I'll definitely go because I am completely knackered still, and I did have to get up and clean the the boat and the car and everything, and yeah, I just need to get some sleep. But I was going to say, if anybody hasn't watched it, right, I'm really impressed by a new series that's out there on Amazon in the UK. You've got to sign up for this thing called Streams or Stars or something like that, but you can get it in the United States. I think you can get it like on a different service. I don't know how it works, but anyway, it's called is it Pennyworth? I got to remember what it is now. Hang on, just make sure it's Pennyworth. It is, I'm sure. Hang on, yeah, Pennyworth. I just didn't want to get it wrong. Sorry, it's Pennyworth. Where's my thing? Oh, sorry.
What's it all about, Matt?
Right. Basically, you know Alfred from Batman, his butler.
Yep.
Yeah. He's always there, but you never know much about him, like his backstory. So it's Alfred, the butler's backstory, and it sounds a bit twee, doesn't it? It sounds like, who cares about him? Who cares about him?
Oh, shit, sorry.
Yeah, I thought that. I thought, like, come on, he's never really done enough in the context of Batman to really be worth it. But
Yeah.
it's like this series is good. It's very good. Special effects top notch. The characters are brilliant. All I can say is we've just got to a point where somebody they were sort of, in order to find out the truth about something that happened, he was put in touch with a psychopathic in prison, a prisoner, like a psychopath, and she is saying that she's a witch. So in order to find out the truth, he has to go and give her something that she can use to kind of like find out the truth. And it's none other than what's her name, Penelope Keith from what was that?
Good Life.
The Good Life, yeah.
Good Life.
She comes across. She's a blind psychopath, like in prison, and it's really like there's a lot of stars you wouldn't expect to see in it, like turning up. And another scene, somebody who's in it goes to like a ball, and it's obviously like a bit of a twisted ball. Aleister Crowley's there, and they must have put something in her drinks or something, because like she sort of starting to like trip out a little bit, and she tries to leave. She's getting paranoid. She tries to leave, and I won't spoil it completely, but she opens a door, and like everyone's in this room just looking at her as she's walking through the room, and somebody or something is at the end of the room, and she walks in there, and it's like this you can see the torso of her body. All I'm going to say is you see his torso. It's like, and this being is like 40 foot high. It's like really, really tall. Like looking up, absolutely huge thing. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but trust me, when you see what it is, you go, oh my god! And it's like, because it really is good. This series is good. It starts off a little bit sort of like, he's just a twee sort of character, and then they kill off the people you thinking like, oh, he's his friends, and they die, and it's like, oh shit, bit edgy then, right? Okay. And it's like, and then he's just sort of like, he's trained. He was in the SAS, so he's got a lot of fighting skills, and he's got anger issues as well. And you kind of see him when he's in Batman. He's like this sort of gentle, reliable person you can always trust. He'll always be there for you, and all this sort of stuff. And it's like, how did he get to be who he is? And it's like showing that he had a bit of a dark side. He wasn't afraid to just kill somebody, if they, piss him off. He was like, do him in sort of thing. And yeah, it's got a bit of a interesting backstory. That's all I'm going to say. Don't want to spoil it for people, but when you see that scene I'm talking about, where this girl goes to this Aleister Crowley ball, and yeah, you go in, ooh, this has got so much potential here. This series is going places. This is yeah.
Matt, Leanna wants to know why she's lost her mod thing, because she's been unmodded. Yes.
Can anybody else do that apart from me?
I think they can. I'm not too sure.
because it wasn't me, I don't think, unless
Go on.
because I might have done it because you haven't been on you for a while. And hello, Leanna, by the way, have you not been on for a while? I don't know, because I might have put you down from being a mod in order to put somebody on, but I don't have a problem with putting you on as being a mod again if it will let me. Let me just see. There we are. You know, back on. But yeah, I just must have been looking in my settings, I think, and it took you down thinking, well, if we haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, I think it's because at the moment she's off because of one of her children was positive with, you know what.
Oh,
So
right.
yeah, and from what I know as well, that she has been working as well, and her hours probably clash sometimes with the times of when you're on.
Right.
So, hold on. Yeah, she says, yeah, kids have been keeping her busy. There you go.
Yeah. Well, there we are. So, yes, I mean, you do see some people that haven't been on for a while, they come back again, you know, so it's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we've got somebody on here who's a moderator called Fighting the Good Fight. Now they're a moderator, and yet I don't know who they are. So they changed their name.
What's that? Because I don't know who they are either.
Hmm.
There it is.
So who's
So
that
I
then?
said, hi, pass. Who is fighting the good fight?
And Luke Neo Adventures is a moderator.
Yeah, I know Luke White is.
Oh, Luke,
who
that's Luke White, right? Okay.
Yes.
I was going to say,
yeah.
I was going to say, bloody hell! I'm like, who are these people? I go, I can't remember making these people mods. Shit. There we
Exactly.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's fighting the good fight then? Who's that
All
one?
right. Barry says it's Gail, is it?
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
Gail.
TMNT.
Yeah. Now see,
Yeah, Gail.
I can't see what the logo is. It's somebody
I
kicking,
can't-
somebody kicking a training
Oh, sorry.
thing. Yeah.
Right, yeah, I could do it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know she's been working out since I'm on her Instagram.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Fair enough. When people change their
Okay.
names, it makes you think, doesn't it? It's like, oh shit, somebody compromised my account and they're making themselves mods. Oh shit. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Gail.
Yeah. They're asking me, share a conspiracy you don't think most people have heard of. Hmm. Do.
Oh,
I'll
God.
have to think now. What most people haven't heard of. Well, I suppose I'll talk to you a bit about something I read up about a while back, and there's a book called Open Verdict, and a lot of people haven't heard that there were a lot of people working in the military on sensitive projects like missiles and guidance systems for missiles and things like that that all ended up dead, and they were all committing suicide by coming to Bristol to jump off the Clifton Suspension Bridge, and it was played down in the media as like, oh, they were, you know, just school teachers or bus drivers or whatever, and they weren't. They were actually working for the military, so their job roles had been misrepresented in the media, so that was a lie then basically. And but they were all coming to Bristol to jump off the Clifton Suspension Bridge, which was weird. So somebody, for some reason, was bumping people off, you know, in the defence industry. And if it can happen just because you happen to be working on a secret project, you know, it can happen in other ways as well, I'm sure. You know, a lot of people have come to, you know, grim ends.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I do believe that the government sanctions killing people, and they manipulate the press. They manipulate the press
yeah,
into
we know
not reporting the facts. You know, so
Like now.
Well, they definitely do that.
yeah,
They
So-
just make their own fake stories.
yeah,
Yeah. Like the
Especially
BBC.
CNN, they love to do that and get caught
And
out.
them as well.
It wasn't us.
the Marconi deaths. Yeah, some people called it because a lot of these people work for Marconi. You know, I think the reason that I piss people off so much is because they don't like loners, because they don't know, they can't infiltrate you if you're an army of one. And this is something that I've always thought is kind of like they don't know how to deal with you. Whereas if you're in a group, the group will be infiltrated. There'll be at least one person in that group who's reporting back to, you know, special branch or security services, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, so they kind of, they know what you're up to. They know how to shut you down immediately because they know everything in your life, and they can blackmail you, and they can pressure you, and they can do things to you. But when you're somebody that they can't really control, and they've tried a number of times to kind of like, you know, fire shots across your bows to kind of like shut you down and shut you up, and I'm not interested in any of it. I mean, bar them actually just putting me in jail so that I can't do what I do anymore, you know, what can they actually do? Well, they can bump you off, or, you know, they can, well, do what they're doing now, I suppose, which is kind of like come in your house and try and get your hard drives and, you know, find out what you're up to.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, but I think that people who are into esoteric things and weird stuff, you know, people often wonder what you're up to, and they want to spy on you, and, you know, the truth is not as exciting as I'm sure they like to think. But you know, I'm just somebody who likes just doing stuff on my terms. That's basically it. You know,
Don't blame you. You've got nobody to answer to but yourself.
Good philosophy, really.
you know, I will follow laws if laws are in my interest. If they're not in my interest, why would I want to follow them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Play the game.
And as we all know, I mean, you know, lots of bloody companies out there, you know, they find legal loopholes left, right, and centre, and they exploit those. And when I find loopholes in the law that benefit me, I will use them too. You know, fine.
And why not?
Yeah. So, you know, and I think they just don't like people that they don't know who you are. And I'm not a bloody Freemason, so of course it's like if I was a Freemason, I would be one of the trusted boys, you know. So it's like I don't really belong to any groups or sort of like what would you call it, like self-appreciation societies, you know, that basically big themselves up, you know. So yeah, I think it kind of worries them. Yeah, Brendan Doll says, Matt, do I have a pilot's license? Yes, I do, actually. And do you know what? I never thought they would give me my pilot's license. I thought that there would be something that they would do, some sort of special thing that they would pull to say that I couldn't have a pilot's license, because I was paranoid that they would be thinking, oh, he's going to fly over our secret bases, which is exactly what I did, you know. And I thought, yeah, and I thought, well, there's no way they're going to just let me do that, you know. But equally, like, if I knew something that was going to really, you know, threaten the security of this country, I wouldn't sort of stand by and sort of like, you know, I would pass that information on. I would stop terrorist attacks, and I would do things like that. But it's like, what I don't get is our government in this country is over paranoid about like us not knowing that what's going on. Like in America. In America, they will take you on a tour of their most secret bases, nuclear installations, everything. You can go, you know, nuclear submarines, the lot, right? We've only had glimpses of what our government has going on because of the secrecy we have, you know. So there are things that we never get to see, and, you know, places that we're never given a tour of, you know, and you get little glimpses here and there. I think somebody was on television the other day, and it was, because I don't have a television, but it was a Sky Television report, and it was on YouTube, and it was like the first time they'd been allowed to go on the new class of nuclear submarine that Britain has, which they've had for years. And it was the first time television cameras have been allowed on, and I'm just like, we pay for this fucking shit, and it's just like, you're not allowed to know what's going on. It's like, you know,
you've got something else new which they're not going to tell us for another 20 years.
Yeah. You know, and it's like Britain is so much up its arse. They still hide things on maps. Oh, there's no military base there because we didn't put it on a map. And it's like, come on, with Google, you know, and satellite imaging, everybody knows where things are these days. For them to be playing these silly bloody games that they do, you know, it's insulting. And that's why I'm interested in exposing bullshit that they do. Like Sazcake Sarah, thank you very much. Loving the videos.
Yeah.
Hope all is well.
Super
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah. But thank you very much. Yeah. But with things like UFOs, why are they investigating that and not telling the public and lying about it, discrediting people? If they're going to do it over something like UFOs, then they're going to do it in every way they can in society. So my thing about exposing stuff is exposing things that really I think we should all know about. They shouldn't be hiding from us. That we do have a right to know. Like, I would say they've probably got a good reason not to give Matt Williams the nuclear launch codes. Yes, right. Don't go giving me things like that. Right, fine. But like trying to pretend a military base doesn't exist by erasing it off a map, are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? It's like there's some things that the public probably shouldn't be given access to, like weaponry and like where the arms are being stored at a certain time, because they move them around. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but pretending military bases don't exist and saying you can't know that in Hereford at Pontrillus, right? That's where the SAS train. You're not allowed to know that. That's a secret. Yeah, you're not allowed to know that the army base in Pontrillus in Hereford, right, is where the SAS train, because it's a national secret. You're not allowed to know that, right? Grow up.
Message. Hello, Matt. Check PayPal, and that's off Melissa. And she's just given you £2 super chat.
Oh, thank you. I shall check it. But that's what things like that are just bloody stupid. Like in America, right? The Navy SEALs or whatever, like special forces, like they will literally tell you where their headquarters is. Yeah, they'll say this is where we train and this is where we are. And they come to the UK and they're like, no, you can't know where we train. Yeah, come on. So Diane Jarrett, thank you for your donation, which I think has come in just recently. Yes, thank you, Diane. Very kind. So that was on PayPal. Yay. So there we go. But that's just my point of view. I think we are nannied to a certain degree in this country. We're nannied and overprotected for things that really don't matter, because the types of people who are out there, like governments and terrorist organizations, they're going to know where all your arms are, right? So all you're really doing is hiding these secrets from your own people, and I think that's pathetic. It's utterly pathetic. So I'm against that sort of secrecy, like stupid secrecy.
Matt, what do you think about the Black Knight satellite? You must have heard about it.
I've heard about it, yeah, but is it actually real? I don't know, because people have been saying there's something up there.
I'm not sure, but I mean, I watched something about Elon Musk. When they did that rocket recently and went up and all that, and allegedly when they're up there, except it caught it in the camera view.
Right.
And there's a bit of footage somewhere, whether it's doctored or not, don't know, haven't got a clue. But I don't know. Is too much information about it?
Yeah.
To possibly think, well, it's bullshit. I don't know. I just wonder what your thoughts were on it.
Well, I'm just trying to think now. Is this something like it's not created by us? That's what people are thinking. Yeah, it's a satellite.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
They reckon it's been up there for a good few thousand years, possibly.
Right. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember now. I mean, there's stuff like that, but I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. But there's also things that have gone on the sun, on the surface of the sun, which look a bit weird. If you watch like weather channels which look at sun behavior, there is some shit going on round the sun that I cannot believe. There are things orbiting the sun very close to it, which is like, well, how could it be that close? It would just get disintegrated, you know, because you've got so much energy and heat, you know, nothing could remain, but yet things are floating around in front of the sun. And also the solar storms that you have on the sun, if you look at them from a distance, they're making geometrical shapes like pyramids and pentagrams and things like that. It's some weird shit. I've seen a lot of strange shit that, you know, like that nobody can explain, and it just makes me think, well, you know, there's got to be people out there that know a lot more about this than we're being told. You know, they don't really want the public in on it. You know, it's their little secret. And
there's definitely something going on, because like there's every now and then, well, no more than every now and then, you get like you said, with the sun and even the moon, you get things which are just not moving how you would, like a bit of debris or something, and they literally just move and then pop back out and go out somewhere, and then NASA pipes their head up and go, oh, it was just like an ice crystal.
Yeah, that's right.
That don't work, does it?
Mm. No, I mean,
90 degrees, but it was an ice crystal. Yeah.
There's a military base in Pine Gap in Australia, and apparently it fired some sort of beam weapon at a UFO which was moving through a scene, and then this sort of like fired, and then it changed direction and went off really quickly, so it avoided being shot, basically. And that was caught on footage. And this is why, even though they always say they're going to sort of like provide live footage, you know, from the space shuttle and live footage from the ISS, and it's going to be like just on all the time, they always seem to have some sort of excuse why, oh, actually we can't just really kind of let it be on. And it's, you know, excuses. You know, what? You can't pay your electric bill or something. You know, what's the excuse? Why can't it be on? You know, and
old Malcolm unplugged the fucking. He unplugged the camera by mistake to plug his toaster in.
Yeah, you know, we don't have enough electric sockets up there. You know, so there was a company that were going to provide real-time live satellite imagery continuously 24/7 over the earth, and literally the detail was so good that they said that if you and your friends stood outside your house and waved, you could real time watch yourself on the cameras. And it was all yeah, you know, because of course NASA are like, oh yes, a wonderful idea, yes, and it's like they had the money for it, and oh yes, but no, you know. But actually, no. Why? Why?
Yeah. It is strange, because, you know, you got satellites floating around up there, and they can zoom in to like a park bench, literally, to the and in good detail.
Yeah.
But it's all right. Well, okay, well, face it the other way, pop it on the moon, get rid of all the conspiracy theories that man didn't land on it. You know.
Yeah.
You can zoom into the fucking flag sitting there, and the rover landing just left there. No, we can't do that. Well, why not? Come on. And clear a lot of problems up.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, there's all these sorts of conspiracies going around about, you know, moon stuff and other planets out there, you know, possibly having life at the moment, and then it's like, well, it seems like probably most planets in the universe that are out there, there's this proportion of them are going to have life. So you've got billions of civilizations out there which might be, you know, just like ours, and either underdeveloped or more developed than ours. So it's a case of like, you know, do aliens exist? Of course they fucking exist. It's not a case of, you know, do they exist? Yes, of course they exist. You know, they're as abundant in the universe as we are. But who's got the information about where they've been and what's happened with them and whether they've made contact? Well, it's going to be the ones that have had the monopoly on looking into space and getting into space first, I would say. And they're the ones that have, you know, been airbrushing stuff out of photos, you know, for a long time. So this is the trouble. I think, you know, we're waiting for governments to kind of give us the truth about what's going on out there. But for some reason, they don't want us to have it. So I think we have to end the secrecy, you know, end all this kind of bullshit about like why UFO reports get investigated and then things covered up. And yeah, so I think the UFO subject is one of the most exciting things that we have as a cover up. But I mean, I believe that there's a lot more to do with the paranormal, ghosts, and the afterlife, which religions know about, and we don't get told the truth. It's always played down and made a joke of. And when you see people like faking shit on videos, which happens a lot, especially on YouTube, people sort of doing their little fake things and making stuff up. It doesn't help, It doesn't help at all. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be, like you say, there's got to be something in the paranormal and UFOs. There's no logical reason why you wouldn't have life outside our planet. If it's evolved on one, it's going to be on another abundant planets. I mean, we ain't alone, that's for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, we could talk about this one, as I have done many times, till the cows come home.
Yeah.
But I am literally going to get myself off to bed now. I think I just want to give everyone an update as to why I haven't been around too much. But we are definitely getting good material in. So sounds like you're going to be given a taster of what we've been up to with the Red Sands forts pretty soon. So that's going to come out.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll watch that, mate. Can't wait.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
sounds good.
And we're starting to feel our feet now for sort of getting out further and doing things, a lot further afield. So with a boat, so it's good. Hopefully, we get to see some more exciting things with a boat. So there we are. So
Lynn, that's just your opinion. It's just each to their own. It's just Lynn saying ghost hunting is a load of bollocks.
well, if he's seen some bad examples of it, all I can say is try and find some good examples, and you'll never believe any of it. You'll never ever believe any of it if you haven't had your own experience. So my advice would be go out and seek the truth for yourself. Don't take anyone else's word on it. You have to find the truth for yourself. And there's so many fake videos on YouTube, people playing around with CGI effects and things like that. It's you've always had these people, throughout time who are going to do that. But you've also had credible UFO stories coming through from credible witnesses and multiple witnesses, like thousands of people looking up and seeing an object. And, some of these have been depicted in, sort of pictures that go back as far as, thousands of years. They've been talking about these things.
Aztecs.
Yeah.
All prehistory, if you want to call it, prehistory civilization. So you got Egyptians, Aztec, Incas, to name a few.
Yeah.
All of them have had some type of encounter, shall we say? I don't know, but they're depicted on their walls. They're depicted on, and there's strange like hieroglyphics and stuff if you really look into it. And they're not fakes; they are there for everyone to see.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Don't they say something to do with the alignment of the pyramids as well, that meant to be in line with the stars?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6,000 years ago.
So something like 19 degrees, and then it's 19 degrees to Zeta Reticuli, isn't it?
The Great Pyramids line up with, was it Sirius Star and all that? Which one's the Sirius? Is it the Pan? I can't remember which one it is in the sky. But 6,000 years ago, they would have lined up.
Yeah.
Now,
So
you tell me how they did that.
Well,
Exactly.
I believe that there's been people who've been going around the planet for a long time that are a lot more intelligent than the people who, buy the food and do the work. Get to find out about. Maybe there's been aliens here on Earth amongst us for a very long time.
Not
I think
surprised.
there's a lot of lost history and there's a lot of lost technology as well.
Yeah. But also people, they find it very hard to accept that we can do certain things. Like, I mean, I used to make crop circles, and people say, like, no, there's no way you've made that. You could never have made that in the hours of darkness. Impossible. So I know that, you know, that's the way some people's minds work, and they're very adamant, you know, that people can't do this and can't do that, and it's like they don't realize just how clever, you know, some people are. I mean, you know, look, we've gone into space, we've done lots of things. You know, people walking around with mobile phones. I mean, people did this. You know, it wasn't necessarily alien technology that we've been handed down. You know, people created these things, but you know, then you start talking about religions and paranormal, and it's like, oh no, but they're all the silly people. You know, oh they don't know anything. You know, it's like, well, again, we've got ourselves a load of people who've been saying a lot of things for a long time about the nature of the universe and what's out there. You know, and it's not very palatable to some people, but I mean, I'm thinking, well, there's got to be a kind of a truth in there somewhere. You know, so
every myth or story has some fundamental, some fundamental fact to it. If you look at it logically, like all the religions of the world, there is just, I'm not going to name any, but you have certain fundamental things which are always basically the same in nearly every religion. Not all, but in most. So you have to logically ask this question: okay, is there something in it? It's not just like someone's decided to write a story and it's just all gone a bit out of hand, and oh dear, what we're going to do? We'll start a religion. Something somewhere must have started it firstly.
Frank, yes, has just reminded me as well. I've put up the video of Gareth's service. I could have checked into it a bit quicker, actually, because I sent a message to his brother just saying, you know, is it okay? Because I'd sent it over. I just wanted to make sure that there was nothing in there that wasn't meant to be in there or whatever. You know, I'd normally send a copy off to people first, and I forgot to double check with him, actually, and so it's my fault, you know, sort of I hadn't heard from him. And he said, oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, there's no problems at all. So, yeah, that's why it was late coming out. But it's out now, at least, so everyone can go and watch it. The link for it is in the descriptions area of the video where I say, you know, Gareth's funeral. If you then scroll down into the descriptions, you can click the link and it takes you to it. So on that note, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm starting to sort of flag now.
I can tell. So, yeah, you're on your way out.
Yeah, I am. I'm on my way. So, guys, it's been very nice, and I'll try and put up some footage of the boat, the state the boat was in, and stuff, because I'm sure you'll find it all entertaining. Just seeing how bad it was. I've got some stuff. I couldn't film, sadly, the complete horror of it. You know, I wish I'd had like a camera on my head so I could have just filmed the whole kind of shenanigans, because we'd have made a great video, but it was horrific. Yeah. Yeah. I've actually got a video of me. Hang on. I wonder if you'll be able to see this. That's the side of the boat, a little bit. And that's just the side. The underneath was just completely covered. That's just the side. So, but anyway, you know, that's just a little bit of it. Yeah. Let me see if I've got. Yeah, and that's just me pressure washing it earlier on, getting it off.
Oh dear.
But yeah, it took a long time, and some of the stains seem to be sort of like stuck in there now. So I don't know what's in that bloody clay that can get through plastic. You know what I mean? All right then. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody, and thanks for your comments in the chat thing. If I didn't get to your comment, it's because it's not flashing at me like a television would. So yeah. But John, you've been knocking him back there, sir. I've seen a few now, so you'll be ready for bed soon. Yeah, job done.
On a school night, how naughty of me.
Job done. Yeah.
Job done, I'm off.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
dear.
Okay, well, thanks everybody, and we'll catch you soon. I'm going to be editing tomorrow, so hopefully I'll have a bit more energy, because, yeah, I need to build up my energy now. Like, the place we went to the other day, and yeah, nearly splurt.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, nearly needed a slip there then. And yeah, I can't think now. I just can't think. I'm too tired. I'm so sorry.
Just go to bed and
I'm
recharge
going.
the battery.
Right. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to say is goodbye. Yeah. Okay then, folks. I'll catch you in a bit. So all the best.